what common distractions that get in the way for people?
Yeah, I think the one that comes to mind that I've been avoiding is the endless scroll. Like anything that has an endless scroll aspect to it, I will go through different time periods where I avoid them completely, like cleanse completely, but it's not sustainable because I do have to communicate with other humans, social media at some point in time. But I'll just take breaks from it for a while, and then that to me seems like the big one. We talk a lot about it as a family too, like to be mindful of the endless scroll, like to have guardrails too around when you do it. It's just guardrails, yeah, that's how it works. Like yours, like you keep the technology out of the phone, out of the certain rooms, right? Like that's a guardrail. We need them.
Yeah, I took all apps off my phone as well. Social media apps not on my phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So I only have LinkedIn really. That there's a few others, but that I don't manage them personally. And if I'm going to go on LinkedIn, I actually have to go onto my computer, and it's limited. So there are some parameters there. And I'm hearing you, John, talk about mindfulness. Staring out the window. You're looking at those hawks. I think mindfulness sometimes can be underestimated by people, or they think mindfulness is about sitting silently in a room or meditating. Yeah, I have mindfulness moments when I'm washing the dishes, just calm. Yeah. How would you speak to that?
Yeah. It's funny. I don't feel like I'm doing it like, when I look out the window for a bit, I don't think I'm doing it thinking, okay, I have to check in. Like I'm not exactly conscious of that, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Like it's a way of like a reset, it's a way of allowing whatever thoughts need to settle versus trying to add more thoughts into like it's like so let's say that the idea is to work out, like process whatever needs to be processed by like just sitting, looking out a window or whatever. All the current thoughts have to settle down like sand in water and just sort of settle. The water separates, there's more clarity. When I try to distract myself through adding more in to like you just push the sand away. It's literally like trying to add more sand into the bucket, into the swirl. And yeah, you'll push the sand down, but you're also spilling water all over the place. And you just have more ideas, more stuff to have to process. So it feels like, yeah, like I've escaped those ideas for a period of time, but then I've added tons more ones, and those ones weren't really processed yet. So it's like the processor's overwhelmed. And in computer science terms, this term is called thrashing. It's like the computer is doing all the work of context switching from one app to the next. Like, okay, like, let me gather all the resources so I can actually do some algorithms and make some computations. But the computer can't get to that real work because they're spending all of its time just just context switching. Like, okay, like I'm going from thing to thing to thing to thing, but I'm not really actually doing any work. I feel like a lot of people are in that space. Like especially when you're in entrepreneurship, the idea is, I don't even know what I need to do. I need to do 12 things all at once. So how do you handle that? You got to have it. I mean, for me, like I had to have a sense of like going back to the like real circle, like really finding, okay, so this is the vision, this is the dream, this is the work that needs to happen. Let me just do one thing and let the 11 other things be there for a bit. I feel like there's definitely a capacity for it's almost like a capacity, it's a tolerance. There has to be a tolerance for things not being perfect. Yeah. And that's okay. And knowing like, yeah, it's not perfect. there's probably a typo in one of our textbooks.
It's complete. It's done though.
And we could have comments and let us know where they are, right? Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's a tolerance. You have to be able to build a tolerance for things not being perfect, comments happening, whatever, like, negative feedback, whatever you get. But knowing that, yeah, okay, like we're going to get there. Thank you for that feedback. We're working on it. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're trying until it's done. That's that feeling.
I'm hearing essential qualities, essential coaching qualities right there in practice. You're talking about being courageous, and trusting self and trusting the process. And what was really beautiful, I heard you share, John, is just as coaches, we hold space for our clients and our coachees. You're talking about holding space for yourself too.
I haven't thought of it that way, but yeah, I love that. That's fun. For sure.
Yeah, holding space for self. We gift it to our clients and we gift it for other people. And that's what we training coaches to do, aren't we?
Well, I like that. Oh, I love that analogy. That's so cool. Yeah, it's like that, almost exactly. Like it's like the ability, it's almost like having silence in conversation, right? We talk about silence between, a coaching question and then like letting the client answer. It's almost like you're allowing a pause in like we just stare out a window, you're just allowing a pause. Like it's almost like you give yourself that same gift of silence to process whatever needs to be processed. That's so cool. I love it.
And we're on time, John. And I would love to keep chatting. We'll probably have John again next week, so we can build off of this. And we've got some themes around health and wellness, which I think will dovetail to this perfectly next week. Yeah. What message would you close us out with today, John?
Yeah, and just gratitude. Thank you, Raj. Like I know that I came in like where it's emotional. It really is. It feels like it's so much work, and it just feels like when it comes together, it really has. And it's I'm just breathing. I'm just reminding myself to breathe. Like it really can be this amazing. And that doesn't minimize the work, that doesn't like all the doom and gloom, like it's present, it can be there. And yeah, there's still a ton of work that we need to do, but I'm really, really stepping into this celebration of, yeah, we got a big milestone, and I'm taking it. Yeah, so thank you. And thanks for listening to me, like all of it. Thank you, Raj. You're amazing.
Thank you, John. And we're grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're grateful for you. And this is improv in action. I had questions, threw them out the window. This was more important.
I can't even believe it. It's so wild. But thank you. You're lovely. And this is amazing space. Yeah. I think, I can't imagine once it's like really live. I'm just waiting for that very first coaching session to happen because of this app, and to feel like this field, I feel like the world needs it. And the thing that keeps me going a lot is thinking like, yeah, we're doing this for a larger purpose. It's to bring more kindness and empathy. And I aspire to be a better leader. I aspire to be a better human. And I think one of the things I'm really reminded of is Laura Whitworth. I took a leadership program with her. She's one of the founders of the ICF. And there was one thing that stood out to me, and what, among others, but there's one thing in particular, and it's this idea. She gave this really impassioned speech where she said, look, you get yourself in trouble when you think like, I am good at whatever that is. And I mean, what she's really speaking to is the idea of a fixed mindset, where people say, I'm good at this, then, opens up defensiveness and all those kinds of things. But the idea is like aspire, like when you aspire to, yeah, okay, I might be good at this, but I aspire to be better. It's that word aspire, which opens us up to continual growth. And it keeps us in that growth mindset. And so, yeah, like I aspire to be a better human. I aspire to be a better leader. I aspire to be a better, you fill in the gap. you fill in the blank, then yeah, that's what I'm reminded of pretty heavily right now. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the space and all that.